Hey friends, and welcome back to Storytime with my friends. Today we will be reading chapter 14 of The Prince and the Pauper by Mark Twain. The Great Seal Test. Let's get started. By now, Tom Canty was thoroughly enjoying his royal life and thinking less and less of the real prince who had vanished. When Tom wanted to talk, he would send for Princess Elizabeth and Lady Jane. He came to enjoy being dressed ceremoniously. Marching to dinner in a procession and receiving great ambassadors, but he remained kind-hearted and fair as he changed unjust laws. Midnight of February 19th found Tom Canty drifting to sleep in his rich bed guarded by his loyal servants. That same midnight found Edward, the real king, hungry, tired, and dirty, wedged in with a crowd outside Westminster Abbey, watching the busy workers making last-minute preparations for the next day's coronation. On the morning of the 20th, Tom, splendidly dressed and on a white horse with rich trappings, led an almost endless procession. He smiled and waved to the thousands who lined the way, cheering. Every now and then he would fling a handful of bright coins to the scrambling pack. At one point, as he was about to throw out another handful, he caught sight of a pale, astonished face in the crowd, its eyes fixed on him. His hand, palm outward, flew up before his eyes, his old habit, as he recognized his mother. The next moment, The woman has torn her way past the guards and was hugging and kissing his leg. "Oh, my child, my darling," she cried, her face full of joy and love. The guard snatched her back and pushed her into the crowd just as the words, "I do not know you, woman," fell from Tom's lips. But her broken-hearted expression shamed him. His heart was eaten with sorrow, and all he could think of was, "I wish to God I were free from my imprisonment." He no longer flung the coins, but rode with a bowed head and empty eyes, as his conscience kept repeating those shameful words, "I do not know you, woman." When the crowd began to notice the king's changed attitude, the Lord Protector became worried and rode up to the king, saying, "Shake off that sad expression, sire. The eyes of England are on you. It was that crazy beggar woman that disheartened you, your highness. I'll have her." Tom turned and in a numb voice said, "She was my mother." "My God," groaned the Lord Protector, "the old madness is upon him again." The procession reached the abbey. That great building was filled with dukes, earls, barons, and ladies in jewels. At the center of the platform, and raised up 4 steps, stood the throne. On the seat was a rough, flat rock. The stone The stone of Scone, on which Scottish kings were set to be crowned. Today, the throne and footstool were covered with cloths of gold. The great heads of the church and the Archbishop of Canterbury mounted the platform. A peal of music blast forth, and Tom Canty, in a golden robe, was led to the throne, pale and despondent. The boy felt only regret. The Archbishop lifted the heavy crown from its cushion and held it over Tom's head. Every nobleman raised his own diamond coronet above his own head, and sparkling flashes filled the great church. At this impressive moment, an unexpected figure moved down the center aisle. A bare-headed, ragged boy. "I forbid you to set the crown upon that head," he cried. I am the king. I am Edward Tudor." In an instant, several angry hands grabbed the boy, but in the same instant, Tom Canty stepped forward and, in a ringing voice, called out, "Let him go. He is the king." Everyone froze except Hereford, who exclaimed, "Do not mind His Majesty. His sickness is upon him." Again, "Seize the boy." But those ready to obey were stopped when Tom stomped his foot and cried, "Do not dare touch him. He is the king." Lords and ladies looked at each other in confusion. No one moved except the ragged boy as he made his way to the platform. Tom quickly ran to him and fell to his knees. "Your Majesty," he cried, "let poor Tom Canty be the first to swear loyalty to your Majesty. Your honored self. Put on the crown and take back what is rightfully yours." But Hereford, who recognized the strong resemblance between the two boys, was not convinced. "If it pleases your Majesty, I wish to ask some questions first." But that's where we're going to end for today. But first, here we have enjoying his royal life. Tom leads the procession. "I do not know you, woman." Crowning the king. And finally, "I am Edward Tudor." Okay, that is it for this time, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!